Alright, so we've got Nicco Montano, the ex-champ, versus Karol Rosa. So Rosa comes in with 2.5-inch reach advantage. I think she's a little bit taller than 5'5" as well, because in her fight with Procopio, who's also listed at 5'5", she seemed to be much bigger. So I think she's taller than 5'5", but yeah, we'll just go as it is now. But I think she definitely has the size advantage in this one. Alright, so yeah, just what I have to go off with Karol Rosa because I couldn't find too much tape on her. But that last fight of hers with Procopio, kind of showed her striking and what she can do on the feet. So she is a bit flat-footed, a bit plodding, but yeah, she throws a lot of volume, has pretty decent combinations, will string together combinations of 3-4 punches. She'll tend to finish a combination with a wide left hook, yeah, it's pretty wide, pretty slow, but it seems to catch a lot of opponents. I think she just has quite long reach, and she's able to catch opponents with it. But yeah, so yeah, she also has a nice jab that she throws every now and then. She'll mix it up with the inside leg kick. I really like that combination. Yeah, she's just always throwing combinations. On the clinch break though, she will keep her hands low. But yeah, so it's something she has to watch out for because Montano would definitely be looking for that clinch. But on the feet, Montano, she's a southpaw. She's definitely more effective on the front foot because that's pretty much all she has going for her is that she's coming forward. But yeah, she's pretty limited on the feet. She'll throw a 1-2, end it with a body kick if she's versing an orthodox fighter. But yeah, she's pretty limited on the feet. Usually likes to get in the grappling and the clinch. And yeah, so most of her takedowns come from the clinch. She is tenacious when she wants to get it down to the mat. She will really work for that takedown. But yeah, Karol Rosa, she's okay on the mat as well. She'll look to control and guard or half guard. She'll land like short elbows, short punches when she's in top control. So yeah, she can shoot from too far away when she does want to take the fight to the ground. I'd probably say, yeah, sometimes she just doesn't set up her takedowns, which is funny because she, sets up everything else, but just not her takedowns. When she's on bottom, because she can be taken down with those long legs, they're pretty much a target for any wrestler, and definitely something Montano will be looking at. So she will shrimp, grab to a single leg when she's on bottom, and that's pretty much the get-up that she goes to. So yeah, Montano just needs to watch out for that, and pretty much she'll be able to control her on the mat. So how these guys win? So Montano, she's pretty strong in the clinch. She's still decently strong at 135. It's not as evident as it was in 125, where she was able to control the 125ers with relative ease. But yeah, at 135 it's not as easy. But yeah, she is serviceable in the feet. Like she doesn't have bad stand up. Nothing really sticks out. She's just kind of a grinder really. But she definitely prefers the fight being on the clinch or the ground. For Karol Rosa, she's got crazy volume. She got in that Procopio fight, I think she threw like 170 or landed 170 like significant strikes, which is crazy volume. She's got good cardio. She can slow down, but you're going to when you're throwing that many punches. And the volume just comes from the combinations that she throws. She's always throwing combinations. And her jab's pretty nice as well. She actually snaps it out, really nice, gets good range on it. Has pretty good read on, how far opponents away from her, and has a lot of success with that jab, which is not common in women's MMA to have a good boxing jab. But yeah, she has a nice low kick or an inside low kick versus orthodox fighters. So yeah, it's not going to be open in this one. Maybe maybe the outside low kick. It's going to be tough though. It's probably not going to be open in this matchup, but she has a really nice inside low kick. Opponents just don't recognize it or not familiar with that kind of technique because not a lot of people do throw that inside low kick. But yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good part of our offense. How she loses her fights, or how I believe she could lose fights, is that, she's quite hittable. She doesn't move her head off the center line. She can be controlled on the clinch. Her takedowns in the clinch aren't very good. She's very sloppy, and she can end up in inferior position. Just her takedown game in general is fairly sloppy and it lacks technique. So I'd prefer if she didn't grapple with Montano, who I'd say has the wrestling and grappling advantage in this one. But yeah, she's also a little bit slow. Like, she's big for the weight class, but her jab's nice. But the rest of her offense, like her left hook, just it can seem a little slow, just to me, anyway. But yeah, so for Montano, when, she got decent top game, but when she gets caught on bottom, she has a hard time getting back to her feet. And then when she's on top, sometimes she'll let her opponent up. So I don't know why she does that, because, she works so hard for the takedowns most of the fight. And then she'll let her opponent up. She did it in her last fight, called Juliana Pena back to her feet. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why? You work so hard for the takedown. And it's such a dominant position. And judges love it. It's, yeah, whatever. But yeah. So, path to victory for these guys. For Nicco, she can definitely counter that left hook that Karol throws with just a level change and just shoot for reactive double. When she, because there will be a fair bit of clinching in this matchup, so once you exit the clinch, look for that overhand left or a straight left, just because Karol does keep her guard down there. And when on the feet, so I'd like to see, Karol doesn't push the pressure too much, so I'd like to see you get on the front foot, start pushing her back a little bit, try to go for those takedowns on the fence. For Karol, she probably should stay away from the clinch, the takedowns, because, yeah, she can just get reversed really easily if she goes for any of her takedowns, especially against Montano. So stick with that outside low kick or the inside low kick if you're going to do it with the rear leg. But yeah, don't get too predictable with the left hook, because she was swinging it quite a fair bit against Procopio, but Procopio doesn't have takedowns as decent as Montano's are, and she's not going to punish her for it. But that left hook, yeah, you got to time that pretty well, because it's slow. It's slow as molasses. So yeah, in conclusion, so yeah, it's not hard to underrate Montano. Like when you look at her on tape, there's nothing special sticking out, or you don't really know how she wins fights. She just kind of grinds them out and wins them somehow. But yeah, she is gritty, and I will give her that. But I feel like Rosa has a big striking, a big volume advantage on the feet. Montano doesn't seem that comfortable on the feet. I think she's just going to snap like Montano's head back with those 1-2s and the jab just by itself. So yeah, I think Montano will come in with the grappling heavy game plan. Rosa's grappling is pretty decent. I think she'll have decent enough takedown defense and get-ups to be able to kind of nullify Montano's wrestling game and just keep the fight standing for the most part, so she can earn a decision here. But yeah, I think on the feet, it's Rosa's fight all day. So yeah, if I was Nick, I'd probably be looking to get into the clinch, controlling her in the clinch, because yeah, Rosa has been caught there before, just kind of sitting there waiting, just being controlled, not really having great exits in the clinch. So yeah, if I was Montano, I'd probably take the fight there. But yeah, the prediction is Rosa by decision. So the line's got her at about $1.50 right now. I think that's a little too high for, a fighter like Karol Rosa. I capped the fight at 57% to 43%, but still, I don't like paying that much juice or, paying odds that high on a fighter like Karol Rosa, who's pretty green herself. And yeah, Montano is a grinder, so she will, try her hardest to make it a split decision. But it's just a tough matchup for her, especially on the feet. So I've got to go Karol Rosa, but that line, I'm not really loving it. If she went up to like $1.75, maybe I'd touch it. But yeah, at the moment, I'm not happy betting either person at the moment.